Welcome to this new video where I'm bringing you, as a preview, some gameplay on Assetto Corsa Rally is a new rally simulation game that's coming out today, November 13, 2025. For now, it's only on PC and on Steam, but the console versions are already in development. By the way, it's developed by Kuno Simulator, which is the studio that made all the Assetto Corsa games so far. It's co-developed by Supernova Game Studio, a newly founded studio for this project. Like Assetto Corsa Evo, the game launches in early access. That means the game isn't finished. And over the next few months, the game will get updates to expand its content, fix bugs, add new game modes, and optimize the graphics. So, I just launched the game for the first time. And as for the menu, it looks a lot like what you'll find in Assetto Corsa Evo. So let's take a look at what we can do in the game. There are already various game modes, like Time Trial, where you try to set the fastest time on any stage. Rally mode will get more interesting later, in my opinion, since the goal will be to finish all stages of a rally. Right now, though, the game doesn't have much stage content. Currently, this mode may be less interesting. The free trial mode lets you drive any car on any stage. And finally, there's the event mode, which is a bit like the event mode in Assetto Corsa Evo. In this game mode, you'll have events offered by the game with a specific stage and a predefined car. The goal is to achieve the best time under the game's rules. What's also kind of cool is that there's a Rally Encyclopedia mode. In it, actually, there's a lot of information about the history of rallying in general, about the different drivers, about the different rallies that have made history, the different periods and categories, with, of course, the famous Group B. So that's pretty cool to add a little bit, let's say, of lore. A little bit of real information and real stories about a racing category like this. Content-wise, for now, there isn't a lot in the game. As I mentioned, it's a CP accent. Future updates will expand the game's content. For now, there are only 10 cars. That's not a lot, but you still have to put that into perspective. In Rally, you won't see as many cars as in Forza Horizon, where cars of every category and manufacturer worldwide have a place. We're only considering cars with a rally history here, so there are fewer options. And on top of that, and this is something I hope we'll see today on video, with this discovery the developers scan these cars in 3D with lasers. And the level of detail we'll find on the cars in this game, Assetto Corsa Rally, is similar to the level of detail we have in Assetto Corsa Evo. Clearly, Assetto Corsa Evo. In terms of detail on the cars, it's really top-notch. I mean, in some cases, it's even better than Gran Turismo 7, which already puts all the other games to shame. There are just 10 cars, but some are quite iconic. You'll find the Delta Integral, the Stratos, the 037, the Xara, and some more modern cars too, like the 208er. Currently, only the Alsace Rally and Wales Rally are available in the game, which are made up, of course, of several special stages, several segments, which you will be able to customize afterwards, with different schedules, weather conditions, and track states. So, listen, enough talking, let's start a first stage, just to see a little bit what the gameplay looks like. We're driving the Camus C5, and I haven't checked the wheel settings yet, so this will be a first test before making any adjustments. The first good news is that my wheel is properly detected by the game, and at first glance, the controls and default settings are fine. I'll review them later to fine-tune. In the meantime, you can already play quickly without overthinking it. However, we're going to change the camera. We'll switch directly to the interior view. So here, we're starting a special stage with the Peugeot 208 Rally. Obviously in this game, but that's normal now. In 2025, for a simulation game, we'll be able to manage a whole bunch of electronic assist on the car in real time. There are buttons you can put on the steering wheel to add or remove traction control, to add or remove ABS, for example. Also to manage everything related to distribution, brake balance, if you want more or less in the front or back, for example. So we can change all that in real time, depending on the race conditions. And we can also set up a lot of driving aids through the game menus, simply through the driving assistance menus. Damn, that's really cool. We're going to drive a few kilometers to get a feel for it. It's pretty stylish. Few pedestrians emerge from the forest to see you as you drive. First thing that jumps out at me is, graphically, it's actually pretty nice. There are some nice effects, and I don't want to say anything wrong, but are there other rally games? Are there any that look as good as this? Honestly, that's something. But rally games are always pretty far off. Graphically, let's say the benchmarks are current racing games. Here, honestly, it's completely similar, I think, in terms of graphical rendering to what we have on an Assetto Corsa Evo. You know? It's nice, right? Well, it's not perfect. It might not be photorealistic yet, but it's nice. We have the sounds, which is cool, but we'll need to get used to it. I'll show you some third-person gameplay like this, because I know that on YouTube, the interior view isn't always super pleasant to watch. But honestly, when you're playing with a steering wheel, using the exterior view like this, it's an abomination. So, here, I'm sacrificing myself for you, very clearly. Oh, the sounds. They're cool, huh? We'll try out a Stratos or something like that later, to have different types of engines. But here, the small crackles and explosions. I think it's still quite pleasing to the ears, and for now, it's also easy on the eyes. It doesn't quite feel satisfying yet in terms of driving sensations, I think. But I really believe it's just a matter of steering wheel adjustment. I'm telling you, I really started the gameplay, and let's go for the discovery. We'll try to talk about this a bit later. Most importantly, to observe the handling differences between cars. With the 208, it's a small car and it's a very modern car. It's not that powerful and it's pretty light. So it's a car you won't have to fight with too much. There you go, I should have kept quiet. It's not a car you'll have to fight with too much. To get through it fairly well, though we crashed at the finish, so perfect. By the way, I wanted to show you something. Can I show you this? I can't show you now, we'll check it later. Because right now, I haven't assigned a key for the camera yet. In the game, there is both visual and mechanical damage, including engine damage. So, as you might expect, damaging your car too much will make it slower. But also, if you crash too much, you get a game over. I'll show you that so you'll know for sure. So now, we're going to test this with a little alpha that I hope sounds good. It's okay and seems cool. Honestly, it's still early, but the EVO is already very impressive. The car sounds are particularly satisfying. So here, we're changing the vibe a bit because technically this car is much older. This one is also rear-wheel drive, and well, it's a car from the 70s, so it's probably going to be a little different to drive. So, I'll show you a little bit, actually. The damage system. And we're going to test something too. We're going to try playing with the controller as well, just to see how it goes. Plus, with the controller's joystick, we can look around. We can move the camera around the car, and so it's much more convenient for that. To check for potential damage. So far, it's true we've only tested driving on the road. In the end, sure, we're on a small country road and we're like, damn, the sound is cool. It's awesome. It's nice. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but for now, we're just on the road. On asphalt, actually. So, the grip isn't fundamentally different from what we'd have on the track. We're obviously going to test ourselves after the gameplay on dirt. Yeah, it's much more playful now, and I'm already enjoying it more. Doing the first race with the 208 maybe wasn't maybe not the most fun thing, but damn, it's light. It feels even lighter than the Peugeot. Now, I really feel I can handle the steering. It's like a bicycle. Very pleasant to drive. It is. It's fun. But, yeah, can't wait to see how it's going to turn out on land. And then, well, we're going to crash it on purpose. We're going to play with the controller to see. Oh! It looks fine. Whoa, that's a bit weird. So, driving with the controller? Well, I think it's going to be part of that category of game. Whoa, you can play with a controller, but clearly it's not made to be played with a controller. Oh, the difference in steering. Here, it's impossible to be as responsive as with a steering wheel. You can play this way, but it's clearly a game that's made more to be played with a steering wheel. Anyway, it's a simulation that really aims to be very precise. Playing with a controller here really is something special, huh? I'm not going to lie, I'm really looking forward to getting back behind the wheel. But hey, it's playable with a controller, if you ever want to play a rally game. If it has good graphics, sounds, and no wheel, a controller should be manageable. I mostly wanted to show you the damage. Well, here, you see, we have a little bit. Damn, that's cool. Aesthetically, the damage, we made it look pretty nice. Here, we hit a bit on the side. The whole back of the car here is a bit bent. Now, we'll see what happens if we hit something a bit harder. We're going to crash, ideally, hit a tree, but not one that's too hard. To track damage and performance changes. But here, there's no visual damage. Well, a little bit at the front too. But here, the car should look more banged up than this. We'll try hitting something harder to see if the steering pulls quickly. Or, I don't know, maybe some fluid leaks, coolant or something? There's a bit more damage here. But it's still not as much as it should be. I'll check to make sure damage is enabled in simulation mode. I haven't figured out how to adjust the game's damage settings yet, so I'll keep looking. However, I found the car maintenance and repair page. Because actually, when you do a full rally, between each stage, you'll have the option to adjust the car's settings. For example, this car must be fairly old with minimal electronics, so few things are electronically controlled. But still, everything like the gearbox, differential, wheel settings, and so on. You have the tire selection. You can have 4 different tires on the 4 wheels. So here, we can make some mixes. Some pretty cool ones, I think, and some pretty weird ones too. And so, we have the repair tab. So here, if I completely wreck my Alpha, and at the next stage I need to repair it, I can repair it here. Knowing that you can see here there's a repair time available before the start of the stage, and some things may take more or less time to repair, and sometimes we might not be able to fix them at all. Be careful with your car, or you may have to finish a rally with it damaged. Alright, now we're going to completely change the mood. We're switching to a small Lancia Stratos with a V6. Whoa! It was really something though. So, first of all, we're changing cars, changing engines. A car that has quite a notorious reputation. It's a car that's supposed to be very hard to drive. On top of that, we're starting at night, with weather that's expected to get worse as the race goes on. I didn't put it back like that. And at night, on dirt. So, let me tell you, the conditions for us to mess up are pretty much all there. Why isn't it starting? Okay. So, normally we can handle everything like lighting and all that. Obviously, with several levels of lighting depending on the situation, you can control the blinkers and everything that goes with it. So, it's not very useful. It's not because of ERP. In this game, they're planning to add, to add real-time multiplayer with private servers, and to have blinkers when you lack a mic to show your direction. It's still very useful. I restarted the challenge for 2 reasons. I wanted to set graphics to max and hadn't checked before, but actually, we were on medium settings, and even on medium it was pretty nice. On ultra, it'll be even better. I started the challenge at night, so it might not look most impressive here. But actually, I think ASSETTO CORSA is, in my opinion, in off mode, naturally. The rally game with the best graphics. Vanilla genre. Honestly, I don't think any modern rally game looks better than this. It runs well too. That's cool. And that's the difference from Sarajevo. You can see they've learned from past mistakes. The game uses Unreal Engine 5 for graphics rendering. The driving isn't done by Unreal Engine 5. Actually, it's the driving from ASSETTO CORSA Sarajevo. It's physics engine modified with Unreal Engine 5 for the graphics rendering. And, so, we have a game that looks good, runs well, and at first glance has pretty good physics. And that's actually why I started it up again. It's that my flying settings since the beginning of the video were... I felt like it was super light in the steering, and I didn't understand why. But it was... It's not good. It's not there. We were on the game. I don't know why it thought I was in 360 degrees, I think, with the steering wheel. So obviously we had something over-multiplied. Now, I've increased the angle, so obviously it's more precise, and we also get more feeling. And, that's it. And it's true that it's better, even if you have to fight more with the car. But damn, how can I say this? You can really feel the bumps. This time, I truly feel like I'm there. It's pretty incredible what they've managed to do in that regard. Actually, that's what's crazy about it. Overall, I think with ASSETTO CORSA, whether it's the first one, Evo, or the Rally version, it's just that I don't know if it's really that realistic. In my opinion, of course, we're dealing with a game that takes a lot of things in terms of physics and everything to make it as realistic as possible. But actually, The driving is mainly just more enjoyable, really. There you go, it's the same. On Assetto Corsa Rally, many say it's ultra-realistic, while others say it's not. Overall, Assetto Corsa Evo is the racing game I enjoy driving on the most, actually. Like, honestly, I think the cars are exceptional to drive. The feeling is instant, and I get that too. So, with Assetto Corsa Rally, I feel like I can have fun, that I'm in control of my car, but there's still a challenge and a huge room for improvement. Wait, that's not right, is it? Nope, a bit of handbrake. Assetto Evo gives me the same feeling. Actually, even if my lap times are terrible, even if clearly on the leaderboards I'd be in the bottom 1%, I really enjoy it and want to improve. Not all games offer that feeling, which is what I love about Assetto. I'm happy to feel that way again, like in Assetto Corsa Evo, and glad to find it in this rally. I wanted to mention that too. While we're at it, I think I understood that there's a way, to set the voice dubbing for the instructions, in French. I didn't try. Usually you can do it, which is more convenient for all players. Without looking at the instructions, but rather by listening. Honestly, since I'm recording and talking over it, I can't hear what he's saying. Honestly, he could be talking to me in Chinese and I wouldn't realize. It's cool with the little sunrise, with the race and fast forward. Once it's 60 basically, 1 minute equals 1 hour. That way, we can see the different stages of the sunrise a little bit, and it's beautiful. Honestly, I don't know many rally games as beautiful as this. Did you notice my slight negative bias toward Corsair Rally? Because, obviously, when they announced it, while Assetto Corsa Evo is still in development, they've already fallen behind schedule, and they're working on developing 3 games at the same time. I honestly thought, this doesn't feel right. It kind of feels like a rushed game, just to fill the gap, the rally niche, where they're not really present yet. Maybe they weren't really able to do everything necessary for developing a game like this, especially when it comes to content. Honestly, having just 10 cars worried me, since we're now used to games with 50, 100, 200, or even 500 cars. As I play it, I realize I'm completely changing my mind. Between the game's graphic style, the sounds, and especially the driving, which is super satisfying and enjoyable. I was surprised by how much it did, since rally games are still niche. It can be pretty frustrating because, well, driving on dirt is a whole different world, since, well, you don't drive at all like you do on asphalt. But I don't know. It's everything together that makes me think, overall, that it's a game that's going to be pretty overlooked. All the more so because, overall, well, they really have a clear path in Phase 2 in the sense that, well, Electronic Arts Sports World Rally Championship. It was taken over again by NAKON. And, well, honestly, the competition in the world of rally games. Whoa! It's not that strong, actually. There aren't that many opportunities to try new things in this category of games. And well, John 1, it's nice to have a new franchise, but on top of that, it's great that it's well done. Honestly, I don't want to stop now. I want to keep going. I want to keep testing cars and driving in rally races on the dirt. Find it really particularly satisfying. So yeah, definitely a positive opinion at first glance. We'll test more things live tonight on Twitch. Once again, don't hesitate to come follow me for the start of the stream. And if you want to support the channel, it's always appreciated. We'll be able to test various cars, race conditions, possibly more mechanics, and some side content. Not really. Wow, that little drift. We didn't necessarily get the chance to test everything here, but we'll try out more things. And then, in the coming days, we'll make a little video for you called My Opinion on Assetto Corsa Rally, which, at first glance, will still be really positive. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before ending the gameplay, I want to show you one more thing. I wanted to show you some gameplay in the rain, for driving in the mud, but also for the graphics, to show you a little bit of what you can expect. See, let's go head out onto some dirt. Oh! With the Mini, I feel like this is going to be something. It clearly has no traction control, which makes sense. Plus, everything is on the front wheels, which I think promises a lot of fun. On the other hand, the car brakes well compared to the Stratus, which had brakes that were pretty hard to handle. It seems effective here. It looks cool. Actually, that's what I love about Assetto Corsa, whether it's Evo or Rally. It's really great. It's one of the rare games where I can drive any car in the worst possible conditions, including cars I don't actually want to drive, not just the ones I'm most excited about. I still have fun because each car has its own personality and quirks. Even if you have to fight with the car, I don't know, there's something, really particularly satisfying about it. Assetto Rally is off to a good start. I hope optimization will work well for everyone. I hope the game's launch goes smoothly without crashes or sudden issues. Nothing hurts its reputation more. So, in my opinion, we're probably looking at a little gem here. We just need to add a few more cars and special multiplayer modes, and I think we'll sell plenty of tickets. So there you have it. That was today's little video. We'll meet again as soon as... It's all the way to the right, there you go. We'll meet again tonight to do a little live stream on Assetto Corsa Rally. We'll meet again in the next few days as well, to debrief my overall opinion on the game. If you have questions about the game, ask in the comments. Of course, don't hesitate to leave a like and subscribe for upcoming content on the Assetto Corsa game series. Well, listen, I'll see you tonight. See you later. And of course, have fun to those who are going to take the plunge. And maybe even let go. The instant link to the channel, which, let me remind you, will be under this video. Come on, listen here. See you very soon. Bye.